But culture has slowly been, instead of progressing, we are going the other way. The mentality of men has changed, where we think that because we create more weapons that can kill more people quicker, we think that's progress. We think that because we can build weapons that can destroy entire cities, we think that's progress. We think that because we have TVs that can show us HD images on 3D images, we think that's progress. And I just look at the pyramids in Egypt and how they are perfectly aligned north and south of the lines on the earth, and how every stone is just perfectly placed to form the pyramid. And I just wonder to myself, are we really in the top, at the most advanced point in human civilization? I just wonder. And of course the answer is no, we're not. Now, I don't have all the answers, but all you have to do is analyze. My dad used to tell me, analyze everything. Again, in school I was taught that the Egyptians just had copper tools and that they were really primitive, and basically the pyramids were built by slaves. But I mean, once you actually research this, because the system thinks you're so stupid that you're not going to research anything. The system thinks you're so dumb and they just expect you to believe everything they tell you. And I don't blame my teachers for telling me this, because they're just repeating what they heard in their school. And that's how the chain of lies goes on. Your teacher will repeat what they heard when they were in school. And that teacher that told them, they're just repeating what they were taught by their professors in school. And if I hadn't done my research, I would have probably told my kids the same thing, that no, it's just the Egyptians just made it with the little copper tools. But it takes one to start educating yourself. When I talk about educating yourself, I'm not talking about going to university. I'm talking about you yourself going to a library, internet or books, anywhere, and start researching the facts. And the truth shall make you free. Because when you're in ignorance, it's amazing the amount of lies they can feed into you. And it's just amazing how in the area where the pyramids are, there's not that type of stone. That type of stone that the pyramids are carved out. They say that the stones came from a place way far away in Egypt. And I'm wondering, did these little slaves with the little copper tools really carve these stones perfectly and bring them all the way back to where the pyramids are now and create this? And even with today's technology, it will take years. It will take years to replicate this structure, because it's so perfectly made. So there's something they haven't told us, ladies and gentlemen. The system seeks to keep you in ignorance about the greatness of humanity. And the only place you can really find yourself again is by looking inside yourself and realizing who you are. You have to realize who you are. And I think I've already told this story, but a few months back, my little sister was watching Lion King. And the whole story had such a good message. It was about the little lion Simba running away from his problems. Something bad that he thought he had done. He was running away from his problems. And he went to live in this area where He just could forget about everything. He was living the good life. But one day his father appeared to him again and said, "You have forgotten me. You have forgotten who you are, and so you have forgotten me." He says, "Look inside yourself and realize who you are. You are more than what you have become." And that's what we have to do. We have to stop running away from our problems and realize who we are. Because this world has gotten to this point. We have let a few greedy, powerful men who really have no power, they have our power. We have let a few powerful men just take control of everything, do whatever they want, invade any country they want, go into countries, take their resources, get powerful, just unveil this police system over us, and we are just sitting there in fear, because deep down we all know there's something wrong with the world. Deep down we know there's something wrong. It's just that we decide to turn our heads and stick our head in the sand and pretend nothing's going on, pretend everything's okay, running away from our problems. And we have to look inside ourselves and realize who we are, and realize that we have power, and that we are the leaders, and that it is up to us, and that it is up to us to take action. We always expect somebody else to do the work for us. Like, I believe in the teachings of Jesus, but I see all these people praying to God and telling him to solve all their problems. If God came down and solved all our problems, we will never learn. We won't learn. If God was to solve all our problems for us, what is the point of living? We will not. Life is about solving problems. If somebody just did it for us, what is the point? We would just be lazying about in bed doing nothing, because everything's done for us. So that's why life is about solving problems, and there's so many problems in this world that we need to face. We need to stop running away from them. We need to stop making excuses and face it head on. We have to realize what being human is again. We have to start feeling love for our neighbors, our friends, those people less fortunate than us. We have to find out what the difference is between feeling sorry and actually loving your neighbors and loving your friends. Because one thing is saying that you love your neighbors, but one thing is actually showing it. Actions speak louder than words. But like I was saying, we have been taught that we are at the top, at the peak, at the most advanced stage of civilization. That nowhere in time before we have been more advanced than what we are now. But if you analyze it, we think that they've made us believe that because we can kill more people now than ever before. We got weapons that can destroy entire cities. We destroyed the land quicker than ever before. We destroyed the rainforest because we make wars, and we got all these planes that can drop bombs over innocent people. We have all this corruption. We have this whole system that is just death and destruction. We call that progress. Where our kids don't even play anymore because they're too busy playing the video games in this virtual reality that psychologically damages them. The problem is we have a really, really smart society. In terms of being smart, we have a lot of smart people. But there's a difference between being smart and being wise.